time of year where we all need to take a step back, reflect, and think about the purchases we've made so that way we can decide what are the best luxury purchases of the past year and what are the worst luxury purchases of the past year. And I'm going to share with you all my best and worst in case you're kind of on the fence either way about getting something. Hopefully this list can help you make a decision. And as always, everything that I can find links for will be linked down below so that way you can shop your little hearts out. Now, starting out with my best purchases, the first one that I want to show you is actually something that I got prior to returning to YouTube, and it is my pair of Fendi fold sandals. So these are a pair of not quite kitten height, but almost kitten height. I think the heel height is maybe a max of 2 inches. Little slide on sandals here, and I've got them here in this ivory color. You can see pretty benign, nothing too crazy. But because these are such a kind of like plain and understated pair of shoes, paired with the low heel height, I have worn these shoes non-stop. Also, because I've been wearing a lot of lighter colors lately, these are perfect to match with just about anything. You can wear these for a casual lunch, you can dress them up for a date. They go for a lot of different occasions, and so I like them so much, you can see that I have really worn them into the ground. In fact, I have been thinking about going to a cobbler to try and get these shoes restored a little bit because I have truly walked through them. I'm a little bit embarrassed showing you, what exactly they look like, but hey, we're here to be real. And so if you've been thinking about the Fendi fold sandals, I think that these would be a great purchase. Next up, I have my crystallized Solaron Clutch that I got just a few months ago from Saint Laurent. Now, I will be honest and say that this is definitely not one of my most used bags, but that's because I live a pretty casual life. And so there are only so many scenarios where I'm going out and getting really dressed up, but having this bag has been amazing for those occasions. In the past, I would typically wear, like my tan Chanel mini or like my black Chanel flat bag, things like that. And those are great bags for the evening, but they're not a true evening bag. And so this really is one of my first true evening bags. And so it's just been like really nice to have it for those occasions when I do want to get really dressed up. In fact, I just recently took this to Vegas with me. I took it to Singapore. This has gotten a lot of use for only having it for a few months. This bag has also opened up my eyes to the world of crystals. You all know, I was never a really big crystal fan before, and after getting this bag, I now understand the hype. I love this bag also because a lot of evening bags are quite small and so they don't fit a lot, whereas this one's quite long, so you can fit a phone in it and then also some other items too. You can't really stack them side by side because then, it won't close, but you can get enough essentials in there, which is great for an evening bag. And of course, I talked about this when I unboxed it, but I also love that this does also have a chain strap, so it's a versatile bag after you've had a cocktail or two when you go out. So overall, I love this new clutch. Another best purchase is something that I also got while I was away from YouTube, and it is this pair of Chanel combat boots. And yes, I do keep them stored with the tissue paper in them to try and keep their shape because as we know, boots aren't cheap, Chanel isn't cheap, so these weren't cheap. However, one of the reasons that I love these is because I did actually get these on sale, and it's a really funny story because I didn't even realize that the sales associate that I bought these from was the same associate that had actually helped me at the previous Chanel sale, where I'd also been trying on combat boots, but there was something a little funny about like the wrinkling of the leather on one of the shoes and the prior time that she helped me. So we agreed, probably not the best buy. And then it was funny, like towards the end of the appointment, we realized that she'd helped me before and she was like, wait a minute. Are you finally getting the combat boots, like the ones that you wanted? So love that I was able to get these on sale. Chanel sales do happen, you all know. They're not like widely advertised and it kind of just happens like randomly throughout the year, but usually towards like the end of a season. And they do 40% off. So I was able to get these for a great price, which was amazing. And although these aren't my everyday shoes, these are really nice because these are very different than a lot of the other boots that I have in my wardrobe. My wardrobe is very tailored, it's very classic, it's very like ladylike maybe is the word, I don't know. But so sometimes like you don't necessarily want that look. You want to go for something that's got like a little bit more edge or something that's a little bit more sporty. And I don't really have a lot of things that kind of live in that realm. So these are great. You know, I've worn them for sporting events. I've worn them for like casual hangout with friends. And overall, they've just been a really great purchase for me. Now, those of you in the family, you all already knew that this bag was going to be included in this list. I hope you all aren't sick of hearing me talk about it yet, but this Bottega Veneta medium andiamo bag has become my go-to everyday bag. I mean, look at it. It is currently filled with all of my stuff because I do use it all of the time. I'm going to do a full dedicated review video on this once I've had it at least a full 6 months, because you all know I don't typically like to do reviews prior to having something for at least 6 months, because I don't think you can really like accurately comment on like the overall wear and tear of a bag prior to 6 months. So I will do a full review video on it, but like overall highlights, the leather is gorgeous, it's beautiful. I love the size and shape of it. It fits a lot of stuff. I love it in this color fondant, this dark chocolate brown. It goes with a lot of things. And I also love the strap situation because I can wear it top handle. I can wear it in the crook of my arm. I can throw it over my shoulder. So it really is a super versatile everyday bag. So if you've been thinking about this bag and you're on the fence, you know, because Bottega is on the pricier side, just know that like I have literally been wearing this daily since I got it. So I think it's a wonderful bag. Another bag you all might be sick of hearing me talk about, and I will link the full review video where we talk about it. This is my beautiful Seline Claude shoulder bag in the Arctic white. Now, a rectangular type of shoulder bag is definitely in my wheelhouse. It is one of my top favorite shapes of a bag, so this one has been wonderful. I also love this bag because of the color. It is in an Arctic white, and so again, you know, kind of similar to like the Fendi fold sandals, these are just a color palette that I've been wearing a lot lately, so this has gotten so much use. Again, go look at the full review video so I can tell you everything I love about the bag. And there are a couple things I don't love about it, but overall I have used it so much that there's no way it couldn't be included in this video. And on the note of Seline, there's no way I could talk about my best purchases of the year without talking about this military jacket. Again, I feel like I'm a bit of a broken record because I know you all have heard me rant and rave about how much I love some of these things I've talked about, including this jacket. But this has been such a well-used and loved piece since I've gotten it, because I feel like it's an easy way to dress up just about any outfit. You know, it's not your typical type of jacket. It's not a regular blazer. It's not a regular leather jacket. She's special. She's different. So you can see she's got dog hair on her. She's definitely got signs of wear, but that is just because I love this jacket so much. It just chics up any type of outfit. Now, I know. I literally just got this black lizard Fendi Peekaboo in the ICU version, but how could I not include this bag on the list? And I have to be totally transparent. I've not even gotten a chance to wear her yet. And that is because ever since the day I unboxed this bag, it has been raining in San Francisco. It has been raining nonstop for like a week. Today is the first day that's actually stopped raining. As you can see, it's nice and sunny out, but it was even raining this morning. So as soon as it's like very safely 100% dry, I'm going to wear this bag out. But I've literally like, does anyone else do this when they buy something, you know, just like wear it around your apartment or your house or whatever, just taking a look at it in the mirror. I think this is such a cute bag. I think it's so chic, and I think it would match really well with a lot of different things in my wardrobe. And it is my first exotic. So I'm in love with this bag, and I cannot wait to wear it. And I swear, you know, once the weather gets better, she's gonna start getting quite a lot of use. Another one of my best purchases, hands down this year, is this Hermes leather jacket in their Etude color. Now, this is one of my best purchases for a lot of different reasons. One, I love it and I wear it so much. This matches so many different things in my wardrobe. I've worn it in so many different occasions, going to see girlfriends, going on dates, even traveling. This has gotten quite a bit of use already. So, I mean, overall, it's a wonderful, versatile piece that's really getting a lot of mileage. But also, you all know that this bag, or not this bag, this jacket actually kind of unlocked my offer for me to get offered my first quota bag at Kelly from Hermes. So there's also some sentimental value with this jacket too. Don't get me wrong, that's not the reason to put something on this list. The use is the reason it is on the list. It is a great, chic, effortless leather jacket. It's not got so many bits and bobs on it like a lot of leather jackets do have. So I love this jacket overall, and the fact that it got me my Kelly definitely doesn't hurt. And finally, to round out my list of best purchases of the year, is my brand new Kelly 25 Cellier in Epsom leather in the Atube color. And I hate to admit it, but for the same reason that this one hasn't been worn yet, this one hasn't gotten to go outside either. But the weather is looking promising, so I'm hoping I'm gonna get some good use out of it very soon. But you all know, this is a bag that I have wanted forever, ever since I knew what Hermes was. And so I'm very happy to finally have her in my collection. Again, very similar to the jacket that I got. You know, this taupe color is great. It matches with so many different things in my wardrobe. I also just love the overall shape and aesthetic of it. And I've also been learning that like top handle, this is something that does quite well for me in terms of shape of bag that I really like. I love that it's got a shoulder strap. I love that it's got gold hardware. I love the contrast stitching. There is nothing I don't like about this bag. So this is my final best purchase of 2024. And now let me put all this away and go and grab the worst thing so we can talk about that. Now, first up on the naughty list are these pair of Christian Louboutin Rosalie sandals. And these were such a disappointment because I've actually wanted these for quite some time. I even highlighted these shoes. Oh, excuse me. I think you all just heard my house guest, Bowie. She's not nearly as quiet as Joey is. We've been having a sleepover for a few days, but sometimes she gets a little grumpy. So please ignore Bowie. Also, she might start barking. That happens too. But I highlighted these shoes on, you know, some party shoe video that I did, highlighting like fun evening sandals for different types of dressed up occasions. And so I was really happy when I picked these up at Saks this summer. I don't love these for two different reasons. One, they are wildly uncomfortable. Unfortunately, I did not think about the fact that there is some PVC right here on the shoe. And that's how you're able to get this like beautiful, you know, open kind of like snake-like appearance. But they had to put something here so your foot wouldn't fall out of the shoe. Makes total sense. I get it, but this is not comfortable. Like this is a pain. It is not pleasant on the foot. It can cut into your foot and just, it feels like it really is hurting. So when I wear these shoes, it has to be an evening where I am Ubering to dinner, sitting down, and Ubering back home. There's no going out for a cocktail afterwards because these are just not quite comfortable. So unfortunately, these are just not comfortable. And it's such a shame because look at how cute they are. Look at how beautiful they are. Don't get me wrong. I do love them and I do still wear them, but like very sparingly. The other reason that these are one of my worst purchases is that literally after I got them, just a few weeks later, Saks had a sale and these got marked down by like several $100s. And since I bought them full price, I was kind of bummed, but I'd already worn them and stuff, so there was no way to, you know, do any type of price adjustment. I also have never actually done a price adjustment in my life, but in theory, I like the idea of being able to do a price adjustment. So, kind of felt like I overpaid for them. Another one of my worst purchases is also something that I'd actually wanted for quite some time, and it is this very popular Fendi mesh bodysuit with the FF logo kind of embroidered throughout. I am really upset because I just don't like this as much as I thought I would, you know? And it's just not as cute as I thought it would be, you know? The Fs are a little bit too prominent. I thought they were a little bit more like lacy throughout the F, so I didn't think that the print was going to be as bold as it was. And I'm like splitting hairs here. I mean, I always knew there were going to be Fs all over it, but I thought it was going to feel a little bit more like a print instead of like very clearly a logo on it. And I also thought that the fabric was going to be a little bit lighter. So I thought that like when I would wear a white camisole underneath, it would kind of look like the camisole was part of it. But when I wear like a white camisole or even like an ivory one underneath, it really stands out. And so honestly, you can see that the tag's still on it because the only time I've worn it was actually to film a YouTube video. So I have even thought about selling this. I've listed it for sale. Is it weird to sell a bodysuit though that has actually kind of like sat on your body for more than just like trying on? I don't know if that's weird. The part of me wants to keep it, like maybe I just need to like work with it and learn how to style it, but this was kind of a bummer. Now this one might surprise you because at first glance, I think that these are some super cute Chanel turnlock sandals. Like they're quintessential Chanel. They're the types that would like sell out very quickly. People love anything with a turnlock. So like, Lily, why don't you like them? This is really like splitting hairs, and I don't know if you'll be able to tell on camera, but the color of these is actually really odd. I thought that these were like a bright cherry red, and on camera they might actually look like a bright cherry red to you. And so like red and gold, I got no problem wearing that in my wardrobe. But if you look really close, these are actually a very, very, very dark pink. And so whenever I try to wear it with true like cherry red or bright red clothing, you can tell that these are pink. And so I can't really wear them with red, and they look a little bit strange with neutrals because like this like weird dark pink color that almost looks red, it doesn't really go with neutrals. And so I just find these really hard to match. I will say, these are some of the most comfortable sandals that I own. They're very squishy. I don't know if you can see, like I'm squishing in here. So these sandals are so comfortable, and I love the style of them, but it's just the color that makes them really hard. Maybe I just need to relegate these to like an all black outfit. I'm really not sure, but because of the color, I've had a hard time matching these. Another one of my worst purchases has to go to the Zimmermann dress, but not the reason that you think. This is actually a beautiful dress. It fits beautifully. I really love it on. All good things about the dress itself. The worst part about it is that I bought this for a trip I had coming up to Singapore. You all know, lots of vlogs, you've seen it. When I was originally going to Singapore, the weather forecast was looking like it was going to be between 70 and 80 something degrees. So I was looking for clothing that I could wear in warm weather, you know, lightweight type of stuff. Actually, closer to the time I was going, when I was like packing my bag, the weather forecast was between like 85, 95 degrees. If you take a look at this dress, it is very voluminous, and this is not something you want to be wearing in humid 90-degree weather. This would have suffocated me. I mean, I would have just been melting. I'm like a sweaty girl as it is. I'm sure you'll have noticed in my videos by the end, sometimes I get like little sweaty upper lip. But this would not have worked in that weather. So I didn't take it with me. I took all the other Zimmermann dresses and I wore all of them, but this one I didn't take with me because I thought I would have been too hot. And because I live in San Francisco where it's chilly this time of year, I just haven't had a chance to wear it yet. And this is an expensive dress, and I know I will wear it come nicer weather months next year, but because I haven't worn it yet, I felt like this earned its spot on the list. And finally, for my worst purchase of 2024, the award has got to go to this. I don't know if you can even tell what it is. It is the Solaron bodysuit that I unboxed with you all a while ago, back when I got the crystal clutch. In theory, I loved the idea of this bodysuit. In reality, in terms of how it was constructed and the materials it was constructed with, this is not a fully functioning bodysuit. In fact, so much so that I do plan on going back to Saint Laurent and seeing if they have a tailor or someone that can try and rework this in a way that I can wear it, because this was far too much money to not be able to wear it. So let me explain. Bodysuits need to be able to adhere to the body. You know, like there's got to be something like tight holding them up. Because this is such a thick silk, and yes, it does have some stretch, but not enough to cling to the body in the way you need a bodysuit to do, it falls down. I went so far as to even go to Victoria's Secret, and I even went and bought, even though I don't like wearing stuff like this, I bought their bombshell strapless bra, the one that's got like 3 cup sizes in it, to see if my chest were a little bit bigger, would it be enough to kind of help this stay up? But even that didn't help. It's still like the whole thing fell down because it wasn't taut all throughout the body. It's also just like really fussy with all of its like straps and everything. You know, I guess like when I got it, I was obviously in a store where a sales associate was helping me and she could put it on all perfectly and it was great. But in terms of putting it on myself, it is just such a bear. But don't get me wrong, I can deal with that, but it's really the fact that it just doesn't stay up well, and it doesn't have any of that, you know, like the clear lining that sometimes is added to your strapless clothing that's a little bit sticky to help it stay up. It doesn't have any of that. So I'm gonna take it to Saint Laurent, you know, sometime, I don't know, after the holidays, and see if there's anything they can do. If not, I'm gonna go to a regular tailor and see if there's anything they can do. Maybe even like put some darts in it to help make it, you know, a little bit tighter on the body. I'm not really sure what the solution is going to be, but I've got to do something to make this bodysuit work, because, you know, I put it on and I tried it on and stuff, and I just didn't feel right, you know, taking something back to the store, a bodysuit that had kind of been on my person, if you know what I mean. So I just didn't feel right returning it, but I do need to go and do something to solve this issue. But that wraps up this video where we are talking about the best and the worst items that I've got this year. So definitely let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Do you have any other questions about any of these items, good or bad? Anything else I can answer for you to help you all decide if you should get any of these items? Just let me know, I'll be happy to answer them. Now, thank you all so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, I would really love it if you could just give this video a little like. Just give it a thumbs up down in the corner below. And if you haven't already, what are you doing? You need to subscribe to my channel so that way you can get all my latest content about all things shopping delivered straight to you. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Lily and I can't wait to see you next time. Bye everyone.